Hello, my name is Jonathan Stevens. I am a chemistry and AP chemistry teacher at Lynn Camp Schools in Knox County, Kentucky. Today I just wanted to help connect our current COVID-19 pandemic with the concept of chemical kinetics, which is something that we just finished up covering in AP chemistry and that I think can be really well represented in a study of a hypothetical reaction mechanism. So none of this is based on data, but it's an analogy to help us understand why social distancing is so important and can be effective in helping us fight this current outbreak. So chemical kinetics, if you don't know, essentially is a study of how fast reaction rates go or progress. And so whether they go really fast or they go really slow depends on several things, as you can see here, such as temperature, concentration of reactants, surface area of if it's a solid reactant, and the presence or absence of a catalyst. So if you ever heard of things like a catalytic converter on your vehicle, that has to deal with this, or if you heat up various things when you're cooking, so reactions happen faster, some of them, or a lot of them, when you add heat. So you can think of that. Some connections, if you need to crush up medicine before you take it versus just a big tablet, that can influence how your body breaks it down and absorbs it. And then what we're looking at today here is the concentration of reactants. So obviously it's how much in a given amount of space we have. So let's take a look at a hypothetical. Again, all of this is very hypothetical and just thinking about the situation. And the overall reaction is what we're looking at here. So we have a healthy population plus the virus, COVID-19. And in the end, we produce folks who recover and those who have become deceased, unfortunately. So our goal with social distancing is obviously to have maximize those who recover and are healthy and make it through. And we will have some folks pass away, unfortunately, and that will happen. But our goal is to maximize this, minimize this. So if we create a hypothetical reaction mechanism, we can break it down into two steps. So the first one is obviously people will get exposed to the virus and it spreads. And this is in progress here, represents folks who are ill with coronavirus. And it's a very fast step, as we can see in the data and the spread around the world. It's very, very quickly gone to most of the countries of the world, infected the populations very rapidly. So this happens, bam, 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 bam. We make all these sick folks. So the next step that we can look at and consider here is the second part of the proposed reaction mechanism, in which you have all these sick folks here, which they're in the middle. So this is called a reaction intermediate because it's in the middle. So if you didn't know that, but the folks who are sick go from here and they go recover at home, or they end up in the hospital and may end up on a ventilator or just on oxygen, and they eventually recover, or some become deceased, unfortunately. But this is very slow. The process takes a very long time for all these people to go through their infection and to recover and get better or not. But the issue is that without social distancing, this happens very fast. We produce a lot of sick people, and thus there's a bottleneck. So all these sick people are funneling into our second step here, second hypothetical step. If you have a ton of sick people, we come here, we don't have enough ventilators and treatment options to handle everybody all at once, because we didn't do anything here to slow down the spread. So we have a lot of sick folks, and thus our numbers for deceased will be high relatively compared to recovered, and we'll get a bad ratio. But if we can limit, through social distancing up here, the contact, we can prevent this massive buildup of sick folks who need treatment. So looking at this in general, step 2 is our rate limiting step, which is one of the most important steps in our reaction mechanism. And then if we write our rate here, rate of infection progress equals K times the concentration of healthy people times concentration of the virus. We don't know this. We're trying to figure it out through testing, but we can control through social distancing a concentration of healthy folks. So thus, we need to stay home and avoid contact with others to keep this rate low and to help save lives.